All right, everybody, this is Dave Wood. As you are popping on here, I want you to give us some love, like this, share this, and please interact as we're going through this broadcast. I have a special guest on here tonight. I haven't done these in a couple of weeks just because I pinched my sciatica nerve. And so I've just been consumed in trying to manage the nerve pinching. I don't know if you've ever had a pinched nerve, but enough of myself. I just wanted to say that I'm very excited about actually this today. We've been trying to organize this for a couple of weeks. We tried to organize it, and then Ty was, out on an incentive trip, and then he came back, and he had some stuff that was going on with his team. I've known Ty for a very long time. I actually don't even remember the first time I ran into you, Ty. I ran into you before I was on the internet, though, because you had one of the very first blogs that ever was revolved around network marketing. So I ran into your blog content, it was like, it had to have been 2000. It had to have been like 2005 or something like this. It was a really long time ago. I think you had like some articles on some company I was in, maybe even on Amway or something like this. It was years and years and years and years and years ago. I ran into your stuff occasionally. So this is always fun because, I get the opportunity to pop on and, get to know him a little bit better. He's accomplished some incredible things. He's a motivational speaker. But here's the thing that I'm actually the most excited about tonight that we can get into. We're going to get into some story. We're going to get some marketing psychology strategies, but this is the thing that is the most exciting about this conversation. That is a reason why I think that, really, if you're watching this, if you are in network marketing, you should share this with everybody in your team. And that is because Ty Tribble, he has a 500 to 1 customer to rep ratio. Is that right, Ty? Am I exaggerating that? I mean, I might be exaggerating, right?
No,
okay, so that means for every customer that he has, or for every rep he has 500 customers. Now, the advantage of something like this, obviously, is, of course, if you have 500 customers to one rep, nobody could ever call that a pyramid scheme. I mean, it just like would seem so foolish to call something like that a pyramid scheme, because it's like, no, I have 500 customers to every rep. And they're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, they would just feel dumb continuing the conversation and continuing to object to this kind of a business. You know what I mean? It would make no sense. But also, this is just the foundation for a super normal, gigantic, world traveling residual income where you can literally travel the world and do what you want. I find 500 customers to one rep. And so this is so fascinating to me, Ty, because I don't know anybody else who does this. You are the only one, right? It's like the Highlander, right? The only one there is. And so I don't know if there's others, but I have never ran into another. This is like the only you kind of thing. He has a fantastic blog, by the way, which of course, you have a couple, but it's like the TyTribble.com isn't your main one. It's like MLM secret.
MLMblog.net.
The most obvious one there is, right? The most obvious one there is. Okay, so MLMblog.net. Follow Ty on MLMblog.net. I do encourage you to opt in. That being said, he's got a fantastic story. He's got tremendous amounts of accomplishments. He's won incentive trips, been to the top rank of many network marketing companies. Of course, has many, 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 many customers. So pay attention, take notes. And with that, Ty Tribble, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your story?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We started in the same company. I think you started in the big ANWAY.
Yeah.
And, I worked that business 3 to 4 nights a week, going ballistic, putting my wife in pantyhose and driving down the road into showing meetings in houses filled with cigarette smoke. And it was just like craziness. I was doing everything possible to succeed, following the system. And, I did okay. I think I hit like 6,000 points or something like that in my best month. And I always tell people, I earned like $1,200 and only spent 2,000 that month in travel and training and books and tapes and everything else.
Yeah.
So my best month in 5 years of what I call my heavy lifting was like a negative $600 or something like that. And so then I took, but I thought that was the business. So I took about a 5-year sabbatical. I got started when I was like 22 years old, just turned 22 years old. So no real credibility. All my friends are either like just about to get into the job world, and nobody had money, and it was a tough build. But I was after it, did all the stuff, wore the suit and tie and all that kind of jazz, and then about 5 years after that, I kind of took a 5-year sabbatical from network marketing. In that time, I was still a student of online business and things like that. The internet started to come around a little bit, and I started to utilize a lead capture page. Very simple, just that and a couple of ads that I ran, Google ads at the time. And I sponsored paid enrollees, 100 people in 9 months, over 100, which at the time, I've done a lot more since. But at the time, that was like this insane breakthrough, because I would sponsor like, one person every couple of months or something like that prior to that. And to enroll 100 people in 9 was insanity. And it was utilizing the internet and blogging. And I remember, like, this is my best blogging story, and really for people that are out there that are creating content and doing stuff online and wondering if it's going to work. For the first couple of months of my blogging, I was writing, and my wife was like, "What in the world are you doing? This is stupid." Everybody else in the world is telling me this is not going to work, right? My upline, everybody. And I get to the point where I put like a little pixel or something on my site to track the people reading. And I thought, okay, I'm getting one person a day reading my blog. I'm going to continue writing. This is a couple of months into it. So after a few weeks of seeing that one person every single day, I'm like, this is wild. Maybe I'll look into the data of where they're from. I'm like, oh, they're from Washington State as well. Oh, wait, they're from my hometown. Oh, wait, that one person reading my blog is me. So I'm writing for like months with no one reading but me. But shortly thereafter, a couple of my posts kind of went viral a little bit, and I kind of got the groove of blogging, and that's where the whole thing started to take off with Google AdWords, blogging. Affiliate marketing actually was a big part of what I was doing early on. And, there's ups and downs of the network marketing industry, as you know, David. Companies come and go and stuff like that. But I've been with the same company for, I think, going on like 9-10 years. It's an old school product company, and it's been great. And that's where the honest to God truth is, when you have a product that like people want, and a company that allows you some leeway when it comes to marketing online, it's not really difficult to drive traffic and find customers, right? And you're right, it one of the biggest things about it is that, like, I don't have to like really worry about someone quitting. Like, people buy this product with no incentive whatsoever. Like, I remember my upline in the Amway days, like, I don't care what you do with the product, bury it in your backyard, right? Well, in reality, if you want to have a long-term business, product is important, as you know. I mean, you've created some great products over the years that people get tremendous value from. So having that people will buy your product without the incentive of, I'm going to get rich because of my purchase of this product, is really the key to that whole thing. So it's been fun.
Well,
Ups and downs.
a lot of companies, they talk about this, right? They say that this product is something that people want to buy anyway, even if there's not a comp plan attached, but they don't really have any customers. They really don't.
Yeah.
They have 1/3 customers max. And then some of those are reps that kind of quit, that keep ordering the product, or they have like 2 customers total out of 10,000 people. I mean, this is normal. So
I was flipped. I used to
this.
be 100% flipped in the opposite direction. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was 100% before I came to this company. I would have 1 customer to every 500 team people I would sponsor.
Well, it's normal.
Classic.
That's normal. So okay. So you obviously went through a transition. You had a similar experience to what I did. You started online. You were doing some ads. You recruited 100 people over like 9 months, I think is what you said. Which by the way, if nobody's ever done that, if they haven't done that, that is an astonishing number of people to recruit the very first time you do something like that. Once you're kind of used to it, obviously you can produce those kind of numbers. Obviously, you can produce numbers very much bigger than that if you wanted. So you were obviously very focused on recruiting for a long time. What was it that changed your focus from recruiting to getting customers? Like, how did this happen?
Yeah. So, I mean, a couple things. You get, when you're building a people business for a long time and becoming a leader and just sometimes you just get burnt out on that side of things, and you see people come and go for no really good reason. Like shiny object mentality. They're totally excited to build a business 1 minute, and the next minute they're gone. Where'd they go? Where'd Dave go? Right? And so part of the reason is people are a pain in the butt. I mean, like, building a team is a pain.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah.
But I mean, here's the reality. I'm back into team building and sponsoring mode, because like the customer acquisition model, there's a lid, in terms of people that already know that product, and that's where the low hanging fruit. Essentially the people in the company I'm associated with probably average 60 to 70 years old. So they've been around a while, and the rep or associate field is older. So people move, people die, people lose track of their sponsor, whoever they were buying the product from in the past. Kids remember their parents buying that product and it doing something for them. And so I just positioned myself in between, particularly on search and Facebook ads and some other things too. Retargeting has been a good thing, and then email marketing took it to another level when I really started doing that. But just the ability to go after those customers that already know that product lessens the education level that I would normally have to do on that type of a product. And a lot of network marketers, part of the gist of it is that you have this this learning curve about a particular product and what it does, and claims that are okay with the government and the FTC and all these other places. So you go through this whole process of what can I say about a product, in order to convince someone to buy it in the first place. Well, I found an older company that has people that were searching out that product that had no association with anyone still in the company. I wasn't about poaching people's customers or anything like that, or old associates or anything like that. But these folks are like, I don't have any contact with anyone at this company, and I want the product. So I'm like, guess what? Well, here I am. It's not any different than like, taking advantage of Google AdWords early on in the network marketing space. Like, people are searching for information about building their business online, and someone like you put an ad out or wrote a blog post about it and started building traffic, and you became a natural source for those people to go to. Same thing, not any different at all. So the
right,
fundamentals.
So you're doing attraction marketing, but you're you're using it to sell a product. Is basically
exactly
right. So there's people that your company over the years has had probably millions of people through, right?
Yep.
They've come and they've gone. And then there's a whole bunch of people in the middle there that used to order a product. Susie used to live next door. She died. She moved, right? Yep. She changed companies and got distracted. They still want this product. And then they look for it, and you show up.
Exactly. And, here's the thing. When I first looked at this company, it was like, it's not sexy. It's been around over 20 years. They do, a few hundred, couple hundred million a year consistently. But their product, like some of the internal numbers, I don't even know if I want to share, but when people buy it, they stay on it for a lengthy period of time. And I thought, as an internet marketer, as someone who understands, some psychology and some sales strategies and some internet marketing, if I could find a company where people actually buy the product because they love the product, it's like the holy grail. It's like what every company says they do, but probably is not true. I know there's a handful. I mean, it's like but there's multiple parts to that too. You have to have that product that people truly want. Like we talked about, like Amway's SE8 or some Amway product. You could probably do the same thing with an Amway product, because there's been who knows how many millions of people gone through that system, right? But the problem is Amway doesn't let you do it. Doesn't let you market.
They would shut it down like instantly.
Immediately.
Yeah.
So you have to find the company that allows it, as well as the product that people are searching for and looking for. So it's kind of a niche market for sure. And then you add in traditional, online marketing building on top of that, because I think there's a like a lid to a certain extent of that kind of marketing. I think we're probably approaching that. We're doing, like insane level of customer acquisition for sure. But at some point, I think you have to add sponsoring and team building if you want to grow to a really super large spot where we do.
Right. Yeah. And so you've been doing this for 9 years. So your main focus has been customer acquisition. It's been getting into this niche where people are looking, acquiring the customers that can be acquired using marketing and funnels. And so you're using attraction marketing to get customers, obviously. Same thing that we would do in network marketing, where somebody's looking for how to build a home business. There's a little ad that says, are you looking for how to build a home business? And you click on it, and there's a video that says, are you looking for how to build a home business? And you're like, as a matter of fact, I am. Right. So you show up like this with products.
Yeah.
Right. And then how do you, that's obviously a pretty easy sale because you're showing up at the right place at the right time. But how do you construct the offer in order to make it to where people want to buy this from you rather than somebody else?
So as an independent person in a marketing business, right? Typically customers cannot, or companies cannot say, you can't offer a product at a particular price. Like, for example, one of the things I did was offer free shipping on products. Well, the company charges I think you can get free shipping, but it's like, your $225 order that's on auto order every month. Then they'll give you free shipping. And I'm like, wait a minute, I could give free shipping and include it in the price of the product, because there's a pretty good retail type business model with this company. So I'm like, if I offer free shipping, that would differentiate myself from the crowd to a certain extent. So that's kind of the lead magnet is, hey, we'll ship you don't have to get on auto order. It was also like a little bit of a, you just remember early on, no hotel meetings, no three-way calls, no this, no that. And that was the pitch when it comes to building your business online. They were saying, no auto order, no goofy, elongated process website. We actually created a cart and a site that's really super simple. People can order like that, no problem. And it took some extra work and some online marketing technique, but it wasn't anything that we hadn't learned over the years, right? Because you did a lot of this stuff when you created content, you created products, information products, and all these other things that we did to actually recruit into our network marketing businesses. It's really no different. I just simplified and go, okay, what do these people want? They want a hassle-free shopping experience. So that's what we gave them. And then when I added email marketing, like email is, and SMS and text to a certain extent too, but people sleep on email to this day. If you look at the amount of income that you made, that I made, that others made over the years because of email marketing, like for example, there's people at this company that have large customer bases. Many no customer base like mine. They're associates who buy products, right, or team members that buy products. But if they started emailing those people once a week with a really good, offer, basically all you have to do, if the company puts something on sale, if the company launches a new product, if the company does something cool, then you tell them about it in your own words via email instead of relying on the company to do that. Like people in some of these old school that have big, huge businesses, if they just emailed those people once a week, I'm a firm believer in doing more, as you know. But if they just did that once a week, they would double their volume. There's no doubt about it. It's such a simple thing. But on a micro level, if someone is brand new to this industry, get started on that kind of a thing in the very beginning. Because like, it's kind of a silly example. It's a good one. The company raised prices in January, February because of supply chain and all, like inflation. Hello.
Yeah.
They sent out 2 emails on the subject. Just matter of fact, we have to raise prices because of supply chain. In a 4-week period, I sent out 35 emails about the subject. Because hello, if they're raising prices, you better put an order in right now, or you're gonna miss out on the prices that are now, and you're gonna have to pay 10% more in the future. I marketed the heck out of it and did insane volume as a result of it. But people don't recognize their power in this whole thing in terms of the ability to use silly things like email. I mean, you think it's not a big deal, but goodness, take your downline, load them up into an email autoresponder and start communicating with them authentically and regularly. You're going to build something amazing.
Right. So how often do you email? Like if you have a customer list, like how often do you send them an email?
When I'm having a sale, for sure, every day.
Yeah. Okay.
Toward the end of that sale, 4 times in a day.
Right. So you'll go from like once a day sending an email, you'll kind of peak up to 4 times a day, and then you'll tone it back down. And what will it tone back down to if you're not having a sale?
Probably four times a week, three to 4 times a week.
Okay. And you do this for all of your lists. You keep them separate. Like I know you have a blog list because you've had a blog since 2005 or 3 or whatever it is.
Yeah. Haven't been super active there because I've been focused so much on the customer acquisition side of things that I've just been quiet on the creating content, recruiting side of things. Coincidentally, I'm literally in the process of ramping up and creating some cool giveaways and some funnels and things like that right now to get that side going again. It's like I'm excited about the future of where we're going, because really, if you look at the basics that worked back then, they still work today. As a matter of fact, Dave, I was talking to another guy who studies this industry, and he said, and I told him about a strategy where a video plays, and then instead of like getting someone to opt in the very beginning of the video plays, and then it essentially stops, and you have to opt in before you can see the rest of the video. Really kind of brilliant. He goes, the guy that did that first, David Wood. He did something exactly like that. But this is like the newest thing in marketing. And my point there is, there's nothing.
I was doing that like 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it worked then, but guess what? It would work. It works today too.
Maybe more. I might have done that like 14 years ago. I did that a long time ago. That whole I don't think I invented that, but I think I took that from someone else. but
you certainly brought it to our field. But so the idea of a giveaway, something of value for people, and then getting them on a list, and then developing that relationship, and then, hey, here's an affiliate product, or here's my business. If you're interested, fill out this application. It still works today. There's really nothing new, and I've kind of laid low in that area for a while. A couple of reasons, but I'm back at it, and it's exciting to see you back in the trenches, so to speak, and doing stuff like this. It's really super cool, and I don't want to sound like weird, but I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, I'm happy to have you on here too, dude. I've looked at your stuff for like a really long time, so it's cool. Would you mind showing us like some pages you use to sell to your customers? I mean, I don't care if you mention what the products are or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's super basic.
I think you can share the screen on this. Hold on. I don't know which. Oh yeah, there's a present button like right there.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, I think this is useful to look at. I think a lot of people don't even realize, like, you mean I could just sell my product? You're network marketing. Who does that?
Right, exactly. Let me, I'll pull up an ad, and then.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to show us, and whatever you want to keep secret or whatever for your team is fun. I'm just curious.
Okay, here we go. Let me show it. Let me see here.
I mean, this is gold. If you're watching this is gold. You know what I mean? Like, nobody in network marketing has this many customers. It is. He told me that, and I was like, what? No way, right? Yeah. This is special. All right, hold on a second here. All right, so we've got an ad.
Okay, so I searched for, let me, this is even better. I searched for Manatech, name of the company, but really a lot of people search for this product called Ambertose. And here is me. Okay,
okay.
So I created a little shop. And Glyco Products, Manatech shop, save 30% off your first order. So they opt in to get 30% off their first order, right? And I can afford to do that if I pay a little extra for the first time order. Then I'm not worried about it because I'm a good internet marketer.
Yeah, right.
And I'm gonna get them to come back and buy again. So actually, the funny thing is I've got a team of people that work with me on this. So I've sponsored a handful of people over the time period, and I'm like, okay, so you've got really talent in customer service. You've got talent in like some other areas and logistics. We kind of built an e-commerce store, and everyone shares in the volume. The good news is everybody's underneath me, so I get a lot of volume out of it. But here, so enter your first name and email address, and you can get 30% off your next order. But these are just, it's a very, and I'm actually updating this site right as we speak, and moving it off of Shopify into like a WordPress type site, because it gives me more control over a lot of different things. But I mean, goodness, we have an 800 number. We have our own 800 number to buy products. So some of these people are a little bit worried about buying online. So I write an ad in Google AdWords, which I've done for years, and then post it. Mm-hmm. And people go there. They're already searching for that. Very, very basic in my searches. Are they searching for this product? Now, here's a little bit of a kicker. Like I originally had people like search for Manatech login. I take that phrase off. I don't want anyone's associates or customers or anyone like that ordering from me. I'm looking for new people that have nothing, that like are not currently involved. So occasionally, once in a while, someone slips through the cracks. I even have like a little checkbox that says, I know that I'm ordering from Manatech distributor Glyco Products or whatever, not from my upline, something like, I don't know exactly what it says, just to be safe. Occasionally one person slips through the cracks, and I always like, go, look, if they slip through and they should have ordered from someone else, have them order from someone else. It's not my deal to be stealing people's business. But the reality is there's a lot of business that was just slipping through the cracks. And part of it was, so this was a little bit of when it really came to the thought process, I'm like, okay, people are selling these products on eBay. People are selling these products on Amazon. Why don't I create my own little Amazon?
Just capture. They're looking for it anyway. Just go and grab it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Why not? I mean, but think out of, who knows, maybe there's 100 solid network marketing companies. I have no idea. There's thousands, but maybe 100 that have a recognizable product. I would be petitioning, because there's like a change in network marketing right now. A lot of these companies are themselves selling on Amazon. Part of their deal. And somehow the field is supposed to be like totally cool with that. Well, like, okay, I get it, but how about letting me carve out a piece of that, sales as well? And my company, luckily, is good enough to do that. Yeah. But
that's awesome. So you have to have, number one, in order to even be able to do your strategy specifically, you have to have a product that people are ordering. You have to have a company that has some sort of volume to it, or searches, which means that they either are going to have momentum, or they're going to have been around for a while. And then there's got to be like some sort of a break. So this will actually probably work better with companies that have been around for a while, because they would have been doing sales for a long time. And any company that's been doing sales for longer than even a year, distributors leave, people still want the product, and they can't get it. They don't know where to get it, and they can't really go online and get it. And so you could basically just appear and grab this volume, and then you've got very successful business, lots of volume, huge amount of income that can be generated from this. And the best thing is it's stable, because it's not based on, hey, I'm selling you this product so you can earn commissions by reselling the product, which is the basic pitch of network marketing that we all we all got in from, I think.
I literally remember I'm like, God, I don't care. He goes like, I think the toilet paper works. Whatever. Bury it in your backyard. Whatever. Take the products. Who cares? Or don't. But you got to buy some. Okay.
Now, do you have any kind of process where you actively market to the customers to try to bring them over to reps, or do you just leave that alone and not do that?
That's a good question. I've thought about it a lot. And the reality is the vast majority of people, I mean, like, this is where it's so backwards in network marketing. I think a lot of people would buy your network marketing product if you didn't approach them like an idiot to get in your business and get rich. I think a lot of people would. And so, like, we think about like, oh, show 10 and sponsor 2. Well, I think you could show 10 and probably get 5 customers if you really fine-tuned the process and focused on a product. So the reality is these customers are very lucrative. And many, I don't see, I mean, I've sent out a couple of emails on occasion and got a little bit of a response, but I haven't really found the builders. Now, the good thing about having a site like that I do is that we have found some people, particularly in other countries, that are like, this product is too good, and I have an insane experience, and I've already talked to 4 people about it. So is there a way that I can get started as a, on the team and make some money out of this? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Now but that's not like the average person, right? I think we look at like network marketing and think that the average person is just going to go gangbusters. And I know you're not the average person. I don't think I'm the average person. Like Ron Pereira and Brad Duncan are not the average people. To
Yeah.
get to a certain level, I mean, yeah, I think you can start and just be a normal person and really truly work on yourself and get there. But there's skills involved. There's things you need to learn. And so those people like kind of self-select. I think so. One, customers are super lucrative. And two, I don't need to approach them. I think they approach us when they have that business mindset, believe it or not.
Right.
Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be recruiting people in a completely different manner outside of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is it's just it's an interesting approach. It actually kind of gets me thinking, because I've thought this actually for like a very long time, that we could use the same kind of sales psychology that we have, that we've become very good at this. We've been very good at selling, because I think actually opportunity pitches are not easy pitches. No. People like to focus on it because they think that it's easy, but it actually is a very, very complex pitch. Whereas a product pitch is quite easy, and it's something that everybody's used to because everyone buys products.
Yeah.
Right. That's way more normal than joining an opportunity. Everyone buys products. A small percentage of society joins opportunities. So this just gets me thinking that like you can use this same attraction marketing psychology sales process to go get customers.
Yeah. I mean, we just launched, I've been pushing them to launch something that's not as complex of a story. And they just did it. They launched these gummies that are for sleep and stress. And they're like under $35, I think, for a month's supply. And I'm like, beautiful. Like, can't you see a TikTok ad or a Twitter ad or a Facebook ad on getting a better night's sleep? Like, especially people, I'm 53, people my age, just you tend to like not sleep as well. And I know a lot of people struggle with sleep and stress. So, take a couple of gummies and you sleep better. It's not a difficult sell, and it's not an expensive network marketing type product. So I've been pushing in that because I wanted to start testing the waters in other categories where I'm not really relying on the history of the company, but really truly the basics of internet marketing and marketing a product. So yeah, but having a little bit of skill in terms of putting together a page and the psychology and telling the story of it and all that kind of stuff, and headlines and subheadlines, just things that you learn over the years. But you can also hire that out. I think it's funny because if you look at like my page, the page I'm thinking about for these like gummies, it would be polar opposite of what a network marketing company would write. They would talk about all this sciencey stuff, and I'm like, no. Like, are you sick and tired of getting up 3 times a night because you're laying there thinking about something stupid? Yes, I am. Okay, try these gummies. Versus they're Penticton Sophilocodus infused gibberish techno babble, I think some like Kim Claver calls it. It's just like network marketing companies do not know how to market very well. And so if
that's one of the reasons why, of course, they have the reps.
That's right.
Yeah. But they tend to have very high prices, bad marketing, and then basically the product gets sold. And usually they're good products, but they get sold from opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. Make $100,000 a month selling this product. Well, what's my first step? Buy $1,000 of it. Right.
Right. Just find 100 more and you're golden.
I mean, let's just be real about what it is, right? Like, I mean, that's why everybody calls it pyramids.
Yeah.
It's because that's what we do.
What if we really taught people how to get 100 customers online, or
Yeah.
you a group of you come together and put together a system with some funnels and some things and some follow up and the ability to connect with some people on the phone and combine all the marketing in one, and then share those leads and share that business and share that volume. It's really fun. It's just taking tried and true marketing strategies and saying, no one sells product in network marketing. Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So this is interesting. So, one of the things that just strikes my mind when I'm thinking about this is just really how much easier it is to sell products than opportunities. It is way easier, right? And I think a lot of people in network marketing, they don't know. Maybe they've never been educated on that, or they've never just looked it up. But like everyone in society gets sold and buys products.
Yeah.
Right. All the time, all through the day, everywhere we go. But really, the only people that join opportunities are people that are looking for opportunities,
Right.
which is like this.
Yeah. You're flushing, like if people are really warm market focused or pitching everyone on their Facebook page, you're flushing hundreds of potential customers by focusing on opportunity alone, I think.
Well, yeah, because then there's all the people, especially if you're in the MLM niche, for example, like you're in an opportunity, right? You're in an opportunity. So if you're already in an opportunity, and then I come and I try to sell you another opportunity, you're gonna be like, bro, I got 500 customers or 1,000 customers in this opportunity that I'm already in.
Yeah.
But if I go up and I show up on my Facebook and I say, I just have this incredible product that really is going to help you no matter what opportunity that you're in, right? If I hear, and for example, you have, you said, I have a sleep product, and I immediately started thinking of two people that I know. I'm like, yeah, I know two people just off the top of my head that have a hard time sleeping.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the effect. Everybody buys products. Very few people buy opportunities.
Yeah. Takes it, and fewer still make it work after, and then they have an experience, and so they're lumping everyone else in that industry into one pile, and then if they get ever approached again, they're like, oh no, I did that, versus a different product. They may be open to it. That product's not for me, but your company launches another new product 6 months later, and you can say, hey, I know that product wasn't for you, but how's this look? Oh man, that's exactly what I've been looking for. You never know.
Well, an interesting thing, if we look at like typical network marketing, right? And this is I'm thinking of all sorts of ideas when I'm listening to this, right? So you have typical network marketing, and typical network marketing, what they tell you to do: make a list of the family and friends, invite them over to your house, or go show them a one-on-one, and then do a presentation or do a meeting. And if you actually look at the statistics where you say how many of those people actually join from presentations, it's 1 in 15, right? That's what it is. It's not, people say, oh, it's 1 in 3, they say it's 1 in 5. And that's what good people, they'll get 4 and 5, right? But if you actually look at the overall numbers, it's like 1 in 15.
Yeah.
Whereas if you went to your warm market with a product, it's more than likely that half to all of them would buy it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how many would buy it. It would be like, if we taught people to go, for example, if they're going to go to their warm market and sell them a product, right? and then go out and learn some skills and start getting distributors, we would probably have businesses that are like 400 times more or 500 times more solid in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could legit now. I mean, if I had someone writing a couple emails a week for me, I think I could legit go to sleep for a year, and I think it would stay pretty steady.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Well, you started in Amway. Were you in Worldwide?
I was, yeah.
With who's your upline there?
I was personally sponsored by Samir Atala.
Oh, really?
Who
Okay.
was one deep from Brad Duncan. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was downline from Brad Duncan too.
Oh,
David
yeah.
Shores.
What was the name?
David Shores.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty serious.
Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't playing around, right?
Pretty damn. Oh my God, this guy. No, I mean, I had a great time. I think back to some of those speakers, Jimmy Head, and
Oh, he was great. Yeah.
Oh, who's the guy out of Minnesota, the wrestler?
The wrestler in Minnesota? I don't remember.
Jim. I think his name was Jim too. Jim something.
No, not Jimi Hendrix. No.
Yeah. But I actually connected with him later on at another network marketing company. It's really quite funny. But yeah, I mean, a lot of those people, they're great at what they do. I mean, really, really good at it. You think about what they've done. But at the same time, it's like, wow, that's some heavy lifting. It's like, they say, oh, you're free in the Amway, except they were working like, well, this is probably same with many network marketing companies. They just shifted instead of working from like 8 to 5 p.m., they work from like 5 to 8 a.m. or something like that, right? I remember like going to meetings.
Yeah, they just reversed the schedule. Instead of 8 to 5 in the morning, they're 8 to 5 in the evening to the morning. Right?
I'm free now, but like my upline would be like, hey, why don't we come up and we're going to do a counseling session? Meet me at 1 a.m. I'm like, what? Because I'm driving home from Portland, and I'll be home by then, and we can catch up. I'm like, okay. I mean, I got to be at work at 7 in the morning the next day, but all right, I'll be there with my notepad.
I used to drive out to Tucson, Arizona, because Greg Duncan was flying down there for a while.
Oh yeah,
and he was so hard to get around, right? And I used to go out there, and he would talk till 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
Wild. I mean, we got a great education, though. Really.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome. It wasn't awesome for me at the time. I'm like, this sucks. But no hard feelings.
But the key to making an organization actually work for a long period of time, this is why this is so interesting. The key to making an organization work is not reps, it's customers.
Yeah.
The reps drive the growth, but if they're growing, like Ron Pereira, he had that concept of the first circle, and he's like, if all you do is you're just buying your first circle, then you're replicating broke, right?
Yeah.
Like you're spending $1,000 a month, and then you go get 10 to spend $1,000 a month, and they get 10 to spend $1,000 a month, and now all of a sudden everybody's going broke, so you can make $4,000 a month. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. But if you have 500 customers and you're making whatever it is, from customers, you're replicating a real business.
Yeah, like you said, no one's going to call it a pyramid scheme, that's for sure. I've literally, without no exaggeration, I think I have 6,000 customers currently.
6,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
And a handful of associates. It's funny.
So you got like 6,000 customers versus 1,500. You've got 12 reps.
Yeah, something like that. I told you they're a pain in the butt.
and they complain about everything, you know what I mean, and take like tons of time, and buy products occasionally and never show the plan, you know what I mean, and then you got like 6,000 customers, right? So
Yeah.
you are in network marketing. You are the only person that I have ever met, right? There's probably somebody out there, bro. I mean,
I'm
probably,
sure.
but you are the only person that I have ever met with 6,000 customers. That is the size of like a whole diamond distributor in Amway's business, like with all of the customers and all of the reps all purchasing together. That's like you're just doing that yourself.
Yeah. And they don't buy every month because I don't require auto order, which was kind of like this big. It was like, okay, no crazy auto order requirement every month. I was like pushing back. That was the marketing pitch in the beginning. I'm gonna call it subscriptions and add it. Network marketers. I mean, why do they come up companies with the stupidest names of stuff? Like everyone in the world calls it a subscription, except for network marketing companies. Oh, it's an auto ship. Oh, it's ditto delivery. It's auto order. Okay.
Or the network marketers like an Amway, they cannot use the word network marketing if everyone else is using it, right? They have to come up with their own term for it that nobody's using. Yeah.
But I mean, like it makes me unrecruitable. So I mean, you want to build a team of people, help each one of those get 100 customers. How are they possibly going to be recruited somewhere else? Even if they're like not really good at marketing, help them get 10 customers. They're probably not recruitable either.
Well, even then, like this concept, this first circle concept, right? Which my whiteboard's over there, but like it basically is if you, without any reps, are making money every month above and beyond what you're spending without any distributors or any downline, then that is a legitimate business, right? Yeah. So if you're showing
your business,
whether it's on the internet or you're prospecting somebody, and they say, well, is this a pyramid scheme, right? Or they ask, one of the biggest questions in network marketing, right? Is this a pyramid, right? Which most of the time the answer is yes. You just don't want to tell them that, you know what I mean? It's like, no, it's not a pyramid, right? It's like, no. But the answer is yes, it's a pyramid, right? Because there is no customers in this entire thing, right? So is this a pyramid? Number one question, right? Number two question is how much money are you making?
Yeah.
Right. And those are like the two biggest questions. That really is what, and then, how much does it cost to get in, maybe, so if somebody asks you, how much money are you making? Or if it's a pyramid, it's like, if somebody says, is it a pyramid? If you have 10, 50 customers or 10 customers even, you say, well, look, I'll just tell you this product's so hot that without any other reps, I've got 10 people ordering every month.
Yep.
And I'm making $500 a month without any distributors involved.
Yeah.
Pyramid question goes away. How much money are you making? Well, what I can tell you is without any reps, I have 6,000 customers. So without any downline replicating my business, I have 6,000. That all of a sudden, and this doesn't matter if this is a 30-year-old or 20-year-old company, bro. It's like, whoa.
It's funny. And anymore, like $500 a month I think that makes a big difference to a younger person today, in particular. Like we always, back in the day, it was like, 10,000 or nothing. But for extra $500, 6,000 a year, that's a good amount of money. So like a fair car payment. I think it makes an impact. If we helped the average, I'm like selling America now. I feel like we're going to cut an Amway tape, but if we help the average household like make an extra $500 in network marketing, the world, we changed the US in a huge way. There'd be a lot less stress, right? A lot more happiness.
Well, and if you go to other countries, that's their whole income.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like in Costa Rica, people might make $1,000 a month. In Colombia, people might make $300 to $500 a month.
yeah,
If you help a person in internationally even, and they can go out there and they can make $500 a month, um, they can quit their job.
yeah.
Yeah, and they could do that with just customers without any fancy downline stuff.
Yeah. And in my company, I think this is pretty normal today. It takes away like how much do I have to buy? It takes that completely out of the equation because we have a volume requirement to like get a check, but it can be customers or your own purchases to get it, right? So like there's no like requirement to purchase product, which is probably a good sign it's a pyramid scheme, but you can do that with customers. So you teach someone to get 3 customers their first month, which I think is easier than sponsoring 3 people in their first month.
It's like 9 times easier.
Yeah, you've come a long way.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, customers are less of a pain in the butt. I mean, the product, as long as it works, they're happy. Honest to God, I think I've maybe had, so we have a 180-day money back guarantee where people can buy the product and hold it for 6 months, whatever. I think I've made, like, honest to God, less than 10 returns in that time period in a couple of years.
Right.
Less than 10 people have returned the products. You think about like just comparing the stress level of that to having a leg worth 100,000 in volume to you leave for Monabi, right, or something or whatever.
Well, customers actually don't do this.
No, they don't leave for Monavi.
No, they don't leave for a bigger paycheck and a hot new deal.
No.
A customer who is buying an established product that they like, that's getting them results, does not want to experiment with a product that may or may not get them results.
It might be true residual income. I'm kind of like the idea of residual income to me. I think it's a little bit of a myth because like those Amway dudes, they say they got residual income, but if they stop working their business and stop motivating, I think it goes away pretty quickly. Now, some of them have so huge, but they've got other people that are really involved.
Well, because the other people, it's either they're doing it. If they're not doing it, their downline is doing it. So it's the same thing. It's like if there's not this constant striving, pushing, the income just stops.
Yeah, like Brad Duncan has enough diamonds and executive diamonds and everybody like that. He's probably
that weight crashed down though, man. Worldwide, Ron Pereira sold his house. I mean,
it's pretty wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those guys died. Dave Severn has died. He died a few years ago. Dean Kosegi, he left and owns a tech company now.
Did you ever see Dave Severn's blog? I think it's still out there.
Yeah. He has you can go buy a whole bunch of his audios and stuff on.
Yeah, it's great. The guy's so good. I just like some of these old tapes. I mean, I could still recite them for you probably, but.
He sounds like he has his speeches memorized and practiced in advance, and the way he inflects his voice. Like, hi, I'm Dave Severn, and I'm just here to share a message with you. It's like,
yeah. I met him at Ron's River House. I won some incentive or something like that back in the day. Probably sold a refrigerator or something to get there. Whatever.
You sold your fridge, bought products at Amway, and then you won an incentive trip.
But I got there, right? That's what counts. And met him. Like he's that way in person. He's just like almost like a cartoon character. But I'm sad he passed away. But he did have some great blog posts. I just went on there and I don't know if that was like approved of by Worldwide. You know what I mean? To kind of go off on your own a little bit and create content. And I think he might have gotten in trouble a little bit, but it's kind of interesting.
Well, all those guys, the interesting thing, those guys are such readers. So they know so much if you get around them. Like those guys really read a lot of books. Like I know Orrin Woodward because he has a testimonial on your blog.
Yeah.
he's one of those guys, and he reads 6 hours a day, every day.
That's amazing.
You're about to do it.
I've said I wanted to read a book a week this year, and I haven't done it, but
I've been reading about one a day for the last, I don't know, 3 weeks or something.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. I'm trying to get like 3 hours a day in, you know what I mean? And it actually it's making a massive difference in like my thinking ability or something like that. You know?
Yeah, I think so. You know, like when you're in it, you're in it. I mean, you just, your thoughts and like, it's almost like reading different blogs, you know, like no one on the planet already has what's in your brain, but then you start inputting different books, and no one else on the planet would put them in the same order that you are. So that in combination, you're going to come up, your brain is going to come up with like new, interesting takes on things that you can share with people and make a difference in people's lives. It's fun. It's amazing. Like we just have so much potential to do such great things. I mean, and everyone does. I'm not saying just us in general, but people in general. There's just so much impact they can make. Like I'm sure you know this stat is like the shyest person makes an impact on like 2,000 people in their life, like a major impact on that number of people. Like what can
even a shy person does?
Yeah. And someone like you who's built, you know, huge organizations and businesses and things like that, you know, millions and millions of people you can impact. Even, you know, I think you think about what you did with the different company like Empower and your blogging, but like I was never even in Empower, but was impacted by that on the peripheral, right? And I know I'm not alone. So I don't know how many people you had total in Empower over the years, but
about 500,000.
What's that?
About 500,000 buyers.
Yeah, so 500,000 that impacted probably another 5 to 10 million outside of that in various ways. And I mean, a lot of it really good, a lot of it great. So it's we got a lot more work to do and fun to have, but it's really cool what you can do. You think big.
Yeah. Well, I think this concept is so impacting. Like, I would love to see people shift this focus to, especially with new people, from sell opportunity to get customers. I think it's so much more attractive.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, you think about companies would certainly be happier with it.
With what, compliance?
If you go into a company and say, hey, I want to focus on getting 1,000 customers, but your rules are archaic. I need your help with it. They should be like, you want to get 1,000 customers? Okay, let's figure that out. You never know what you're going to find out, but I would certainly pursue it with companies, especially if you have.
Do you on your? I'm wondering about some mechanics, right? Are you just doing drop shipping? Like they order from your site, then you order from the company site and ship it? Is that what you do?
We've done that. I've also got to the point where I've got a guy who, well, I mean, I'll let a little bit of the cat out of the bag. So I have a guy who does some fulfillment for me as well too. So I can place some larger sized orders and get a bigger discount on products. And so I have someone fulfill it. I almost built
company side or something like that. Like you're doing so much volume, the company does it. Yeah.
And so, well, I mean, this is one of my team members. Kind of does it out of his garage. Who knows?
Oh, really?
How many he's shipping a day? Not much different than if you ran an e-commerce business out of your house or something like that, right?
Yeah,
so
of course.
We're doing that, but we're in the process. I think our first product will go in this month or this week. Actually, I'm going to have Amazon fulfill one of our products as a test. So I bought, I don't know, 1,000 bottles or something like that of something, and we're sending it to Amazon. So we're going to be able to offer 2-day shipping to our customers, which sets us apart from sometimes 7-day shipping from network marketing companies, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's looking at the network marketing industry as a true entrepreneur, not as a rep or an associate. Like I saw an opportunity and a need and a gap, like a complicated ordering process, simple ordering process. People who don't want to get on auto ship and just want their products when they want them. Taking 7 to 10 days to get products shipped and arriving 2 days delivered, right? So if you can be better than everyone else, that's how you build a huge number of customers. The people, they find you first, but then they're like, oh, I could just order from somewhere else. There's no need to. When you get everything faster and better and many times less expensive.
Right. So it's like the same thing. You're showing up with somebody's looking for something.
Yep.
You're showing up in front of them, which they don't. There's a lot of ways to do this. Like you
can't drop
do the strategy and market towards other stuff that people are looking for and position your thing in front of it, for example.
Yeah.
Although it's going to be a little bit more random and take a little bit more maybe skill to put together the offer to make that to make that work, right? But you could, somebody's looking, for example, like for weight loss, and then there's a million offers. You could appear in that with, are you looking for weight loss by, with a message that sells a weight loss product.
Yeah.
And that's another way of doing this. It doesn't have to be just searches for your company, but the searches for the companies, obviously, this is like the lowest hanging fruit there is.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, the whole sleep product, the stress product, very simple entry. I think we're going to do well with that when we start. And that's completely outside of the name of that company. So you could do that with anything. And then like you mentioned weight loss, they're coming. They've got a system now. They're coming out with a new one. I actually did some research in weight loss. I think you'd be surprised at. There's a lot of like apps and things like that, and maybe it's because of the price of the ads. Maybe they're kind of high, but it doesn't look like there's a ton of competition, believe it or not. Like if you just Google search weight loss, it doesn't like there's some ads, but it doesn't look like nothing we couldn't potentially crack, which is kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, I mean, it is complex to get into the ad game, so you have to pay attention more.
Yeah.
And not everybody has got the stomach for it or the budget to get into it.
Yeah.
And it'll take some time to get into. But then, I got a friend, and this is what I think of there's one of my friends. He does, he just does Shopify stores, and I think he's done 30 million in sales or something from those Shopify stores. Not the biggest that's out there, but he just sells products. It's so easy to sell products.
Yep. Shopify makes it very, very easy. But here's another kicker, and I don't want to throw sand in people's faces after getting them all pumped up. But Shopify payments and even other merchant accounts have a real problem with nutritional products. In particular, network marketing nutritional products or MLM nutritional products.
Oh, really? Like you're talking about Stripe and these people?
Yeah.
Well, they don't like MLM. They don't mind products, but do they care if it's like an MLM product if you're just selling the product with no?
Well, I think they've labeled I'm selling basically vitamin C. What it like I have a GNC store. What could you possibly have a problem with? Oh, it's like faux prescription products. I'm like, vitamin C is a faux prescription product? Okay. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. So payment, we've been shut down a handful of times, but that's like, if you're building like an affiliate business or something like that, this is like not abnormal. or you're selling information products. This is not like anything we haven't dealt with in the past.
Well, if somebody
But-
hasn't gotten shut down, they've never done any volume.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have done
Multiple
volume, somebody will
Yeah.
shut you down. And then you're going to have to adapt. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that part of it. But if you have a decent like shopping cart in your network marketing business, it's very viable. And I've seen people do this as I've studied other companies and things like that. They just drive traffic directly to their quote unquote replicated website and sell the product pretty easily. As long as if it's really bad, like a 9-step checkout or something like that, I think some of these network marketing companies are so ridiculous. Then it can be a problem. But in general, I don't know why. Like, it's insanity.
It's like put in your name, birthday, where you're from, religious preference, sexual preference. Next, upload your ID.
So totally. I need a picture of the front and back of your driver's license. And what? I just want to buy some stress gummies. What are you doing to me?
To buy some Amway soap.
It's so great. But you could go to Amazon and buy it in one click, and the company is probably providing Amazon with those products. The state of network marketing is really interesting.
Well, network marketing is renowned for having bad technology, compliance that does not understand how we sell.
Yeah.
And then nobody sells products anyway. So when you come along, if you're like somebody that can sell products, they're like, what are you talking about? We've never had anybody with more than 3 customers before. This is not something we're used to, I don't think I don't know if anybody in here in the comments knows somebody else with 6,000 customers. You could let me know in the comments. I've never even heard of that. Not network marketing. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. And anyone could do it. Like if you don't have to pay for ads. Think about this. What if you just started blogging about your products and then did a YouTube video once a week? And then from the YouTube video, you pull some snippets from it and do some TikToks or something. Like you could do content around your products too. Search engines would pick them up, but and be interesting and a little bit funny maybe, and have fun with it. There's people that create branding and brands 100% on social media. And when I say social media, I'm not talking about, Facebook join my deal posts, or right. I'm looking for 4 more people. Oh, 3 more now. Like scarcity gibberish on Facebook. No, real marketing, like fun stuff. But TikTok, why not? You could use TikTok and talk about the problems with sleep. YouTube.
Yeah, there's so many people that sell products on TikTok anyways with little shorts. There's people that sell a lot of products because there's just so much exposure, and products are much easier to sell than opportunities. That's the if people could get one thing from this conversation that we're having today, it's that products are much easier to sell, way easier, with way bigger market, with way less regulations than opportunities.
We should create a product about selling products, David.
That would be a good thing, yeah.
The psychology of selling products, of actually making a sale in network marketing.
Yeah, like how to not be a pyramid scheme.
we could sell the $100,000 consulting and product.
Yeah, this would be a
companies.
This would really actually be good at. This would make a really good like attraction marketing offer, like magnetic sponsoring, for example.
Yeah.
Then there's a need for this. Like how to, like you have an ebook or a video course with an ebook or something like this that explains how to go out and get 100 customers in 100 days. Actually, Kim Klaber, who I'm going to have out one of these days, is a friend of mine. And she has, I think, a course on that. It's like how to get 100 customers in 100 days.
Yep.
And if people know that that's even possible and they could do it, the thing about if you could go to 100 customers in 100 days, recruiting is so easy from that point.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So if you used that as a front end, that would actually work really well as a front end to recruit. For example, we're giving good ideas away here, but yeah, we could make something like this. I wouldn't mind, but you have the recruiting. It's like the attraction marketing offer, some sort of like very low cost course, $7, $10, something like this. And it's like a customer getting thing. And then it's like, as a part of the series, it's like, if you want to join the team that gets customers first, this is the company we recommend.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that very piece, and why I'm moving from Shopify to WordPress is you think about the traditional replicated website. Everyone's got their URL and all that kind of stuff. No search engine juice on anything like that. But what if you had, instead of that, you did an affiliate link that all went to the same page? And so as a rep, you have an affiliate link that gets tracked. So they can actually, people that we sponsor in the future can actually send someone to our site. They have an order placed and their volume automatically gets moved to their position. But even more cool is that if all of our reps and even some customers, because I think we're going to put in some kind of like a promotion thing where if you refer a customer, you get a free product or something like that. Incoming links from all these places into one page has the ability to launch that page into some serious SEO. So if we start landing in the very top of search engines for each product for this company, you'll know what happened. But making it easy for our team to participate in this kind of marketing. And then when someone goes and like opts in, we would take over the email marketing for that person, but they would get credit for the order. I mean, this is how like a network marketing company should work, right? You think about like if you and I said, let's start a product-based network marketing company, this is the first thing I would do. The
reason people don't do this though is because the technical overwhelm to do something like this is massive. You have to have a coder do it, and they might not know what you're talking about. And you can't do something like, for example, you can't do this on ClickFunnels, because in ClickFunnels, for example, you can have an affiliate program where people have their own separate affiliate links for your affiliate program, but it's not really something that you can build team systems with.
Yeah. So that's a much bigger piece of the puzzle, and
they would have to copy the funnel, pay for that separate software. That's the way most of the softwares work. Is doing that. So something where people could basically just get in, grab their link, send people in, and promote in the. I might actually have a way of doing that as well. So I'm just thinking through my head of how to do that. Like this problem, I think, is so massive because. I think that this is actually like, I think that network marketing without customers sucks as a business. Yeah.
No doubt.
With customers, it's an incredible business.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're a superstar and you're throwing in 20 people a month at a, like I remember it was like a $1,500 package and just stacking,
Yeah, but if that's all it is,
level one, right?
If we're honest about it, right, the problem is if that's all that it is,
it's a pyramid.
You are making a lot of money from creating a broke army.
Yeah.
That's the problem with it, right? That's Ron Pereira 101, right?
Yeah.
Like if nobody is making money off customers, you are only making money from an exponentially expanding pile of broke.
And think about when we used to sell those $1,500 packages or whatever, like who's using $1,500 worth of products in a month? it's just you're just choking off your orders for 6 months if they stay involved. It's goofy. And at the same time, like the whole idea of even like charging someone to get into a network marketing company is kind of goofy too. Like, I'm going to charge you to sell my product. What? I'm going to charge you so that I can make money when you buy and sell the product. Okay. How about I just sign up and become a rep and buy what I want and sell to some people? How's that sound for you? Oh, whoa. No, you must be wrong.
Well, the reason why all of this exists, I think, this is my opinion on it, right, is companies don't have customers, right?
No.
So if you don't have any customers because you can't get customers or nobody knows how to get them, or you're regulating your affiliates out of existence and they can't get customers either because of all your rules, then you need all these ways of generating volume because your volume's always crashing from reps quitting.
Yeah.
So you need the affiliate fees, you need the front end loading, you need all those strategies in order to keep volume. But then eventually it wears out anyway. I think that's why so few companies make it in the longer run, is this issue.
I mean, how much happier would a company be if they had them mostly customers and maybe even fewer reps? Think about it.
Well, I mean, zero risk from the FTC, as long as they're not doing something with SEC regulation, or some other sort of regulation,
Yeah.
But like, you have zero risk whatsoever from the FTC. None.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
And like there's question if it's truly duplicatable. Like, how many people can be running ads? I don't know. Like, I mean, it's wide open for anyone to do this in our company, but people just don't, because I think it's not an easy skill. I was able to do this because of everything I'd learned in the previous 15 years. But that doesn't mean you can't do it with like social media and creating content. I think creating content would be unlimited in terms of the ability to bring on customers.
Well, this whole
paid advertising,
the approach, Ty, is 100 customers in 100 days. Like, you could use your case study as, for example, like, I have 6,000 customers.
Yeah.
This is just 100. We're not talking about blowing it out of the park. 100 customers in 100 days, right? Because anybody could do that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, companies should be setting their reps up for success.
Right.
It's like a just antiquated model. I think people just continue like, oh, I want to start a network marketing company. Oh, how do we do it? Oh, let's look at what these companies did and copy it. And then they get their terms and conditions from the same lawyers. They get their software from the same people, even though it's antiquated and outdated. And then they get their products manufactured the same place as everyone else does. And they've got this cookie cutter business that was a pain in the ass there, and it's a pain in the ass here now too, even the new company. So they need some new thinking in there to break through. But I mean, I would love to be on the bandwagon of helping people find some customers and make some money. It's great, a great concept. I may go down that route. Thank you for the idea.
I think it's your idea, and I'm just, I think that this is so valuable, as people are going to listen to this, and nobody has ever heard anything like this.
Yeah,
it's so unique. So because of how unique it is and how profitable it is, teaching other people how to do it at a very basic level, it's a game changer.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised how quickly you win like incentive trips when you've got customer volume that goes ballistic. Almost every network marketing company, you're going to win the trips very quickly. Very fun. I'll send you.
You send an email. Right.
all kinds of
Special
great places.
discount. Right.
Yeah.
One email instead of trip one. Where were you just at? What was it with the
Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. It was
Yeah, okay,
fantastic.
so you're just a couple countries up.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Like you were originally from Alaska. I'm from the Northwest Seattle area. Similar weather a lot of times. Not quite as cold here, but to be able to get out of the area in like April or March and hit 85 degrees for a few days and hang out in the pool and at the beach, it's the best. Absolutely the best. I would maybe, actually, I've known people at a high level, like VP guy that we sponsored at one point in network marketing, and he literally built the business for the trips. He didn't need the money. Like, but these trips with fun people, it's fantastic. I'm like, keep going, buddy. But yeah, trips are amazing. A lot of fun. Been to some cool, like Kenya and Bora Bora, some really fun incentive trips over the years as a result of this quote unquote profession. Pretty cool.
Yeah. That was always my favorite thing, was trips, hang out, events. Yeah, events are one thing because events are exhausting, right? But it's really great being around the people, but they're just totally exhausting. And trips, they're the reverse of exhausting,
Yeah. I mean, you did something super cool, I think, with Empower, is you merged that the idea of doing events with the internet side of things. And I think, to me, that's one of the reasons why you blew up so big. I mean, just those events were, from what I hear, amazing.
Yeah, well, we just took our events were the Amway culture.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so we took the Amway culture, transposed it on the internet, and our events were people telling stories and then hanging out and parties and stuff like that. We were probably a little more wild than the Amway culture.
A little bit.
A little more wild. No suits and ties. They weren't allowed. It was like if you wear a suit and tie, they throw an egg at you. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, that's great. So that's pretty cool, though. I think there's still space for that too. I mean, it's about time we started getting together again and having some fun.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we all need it. I think that what is missing is this. We're internet people, right? So you have this, but we're missing this deep human connection with the people that we're working with, where we see that this person is like a real person with real problems, with real needs and wants, that has a soul and a heart and a vision, and they matter.
Yeah.
So easy to de-emotionalize everything on the internet, and everything's Instagram photos and pictures of fancy cars and click here to buy and commission photos, but that wears out.
Doesn't replace a hug.
Does not replace. You cannot replace a hug with anything on the internet.
Hugs are good things. Yeah, I'm with you 1,000%.
Yeah. The internet cannot replace a hug. We'll see. Maybe Mark Zuckerberg, he's going to come up with something. Like hug machine.
I love it.
You have a little hug android over sitting in the corner of your house. You need a hug. It cries with you. Gets up. The Tesla robot. You pay $20,000. It'll give you 8 hugs a day.
That's so great. Lean in for your kiss.
Everything's so with the artificial intelligence, everything is so artificial today.
Yeah, that's really interesting, the whole AI thing. I dabble in it a little bit for writing, but like where it's going from here is going to be pretty wild. Like, it can be scary for sure.
Well, the Chat GPT has, I think that they're saying it has 100 trillion connections, which is the amount of connections a human brain has.
Yeah.
It's getting out there,
Insanity. I don't
Well,
think
we've been
other
on here. We've been on here a long time. I can continue talking for an unlimited period of time, but this has been. I think
you got your back too, so I want you to take care for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang upside down again. It's actually I feel a little better today than I did yesterday, so that's good.
Man.
I went to a physical therapist and everything like this, But any words of advice for people? I mean, this has just been a tremendous conversation. I think that just hearing that you have done this has been a breakthrough for a lot of us because I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? It's so different, right? But
yeah.
Any words of advice for somebody watching this? Maybe they're struggling and they're like, what do I do next?
Yeah, I mean, I think that for the average person, you got to start somewhere, right? And getting started. Like I just remember the early days of online marketing, and we just had no idea what if writing on a blog was going to even do anything or work, or what a lead capture page was, or a squeeze page, and all these different things. And now I think there's more of a roadmap in place for people. Like I don't know if you're even promoting it at this point, but there's a lot of great training inside your Empower network. I think skills are important. I don't know that there's a better person to learn some of those sales skills from than you in a lot of ways. I think that's no matter whether you're selling the opportunity or the product, you need some sales skills. Everybody says, "Oh, I'm just going to share." You're not going to share your way to $1 million business. You are going to need to sell at some point, and it's okay. Sales is not a bad thing. It's not a bad word. It's fine. It's fun. Making money is fun. So yeah, developing those skills, and I think you hit the nail on it when you said you're trying to read a book a day. I'm struggling to just fit in a book a week, and I needed to get better at it. And I'm not struggling to do it. I'm just not devoting the time I should to it. I have a new grandson who's just like one of the coolest kids in the world. I think he's super smart, but you never know. But I'm like his best friend. And when he comes over, we have to hang out, and there's just no choice to it whatsoever. So being able to spend time with him is a big time blessing. But learn those skills, and I think you find your niche. Like when I really locked into blogging, it helped me in a lot of other areas.
Sure.
So find what works. I think content creation like this, something like this, if you're not an expert, find one and interview them. You're far more of an expert than me interviewing me. That doesn't align.
Well, it depends on what. Okay, every expertise happens in context, and so I'm not as much of an expert on you is getting customers. This is something that you are obviously better at than I am, and so this is tremendous to listen to.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But like interview someone, or it could be anyone. There's a huge wealth of untapped people in the network marketing space that have a lot of knowledge that they could share. I think, and interviewing those people on a regular basis is like what I'm doing with my new blog or new podcast coming out. Interviewing a bunch of legends, which I'm excited to have you on there. In network marketing. So yeah, man, I'm just excited. If I can help anybody in any way, I'm pretty available. Shoot me a message.
Yeah, I encourage you obviously to follow tight, mlmblog.net. He's got some great articles on there, and you can opt into people can opt into your newsletter there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I see it. I need to put my new email in here. Actually, I have one of my old ones, but
I better make sure I send some good emails now.
Yeah. Well, you got to send an occasional email, like once in a while. Be like, yeah, I kind of feel like recruiting. I don't really need to, so I'm only taking 2 people.
It is true. I mean,
the thing about if you don't need people. So the value of of this strategy as well, think about it like this, and everybody else think about this, right? This approach, he does not need you in his downline to make money, right? Like, he doesn't need you. So think about what this would do to your psychology when this is ebook material, right? For the ebook and the little video series that we're talking about making, right? But like, Ty does not need you in his downline in order to make as much money as he needs to make for himself and his family. He's making it from customers. So whether or not you join is irrelevant. That is what posture is.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's that if you join or don't join, it is basically irrelevant to my future.
Unless I used to have to manufacture that.
Huh?
I said I used to have to manufacture that.
Yeah.
We all do.
Well, I got there from recruiting so many people. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't handle you. Stop joining. Please stop joining. And then they all just continue to join. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, how do I shut this link off? You know?
the problems, first world problems.
Yeah.
I'm recruiting too many people. That's awesome.
Well, cool, brother. Well, I've appreciated it. Everybody go to mlmblog.net. Is there somewhere else to follow you, or is that the best place to follow you?
That's great. I mean, you can go there, and then there's a little, there's like an MLM blog letter. But if they want to subscribe, they could also, if they want to really get my main email, it's tytribble.com/tips.
Okay, so yeah, I'll put that in there. tytribble.com/tips. I did not know this, so let me put this in the comments for you. Hold on a second.
That's where I'm going to give the internet marketing tips and hacks and teach you how to get 6,000 customers for your business.
All right, cool. All right. So we'll put this here. Go ahead and pick up the hacks. You know, be sure to subscribe, follow Ty. And, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm going to go subscribe to this one too. Hold on.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me on. You're a legend. I'm insanely excited that you're doing this kind of stuff again. And can't wait to see what God has in store for you. I know it's going to be great.
Awesome, man. Well, everybody, hey, we'll talk to you soon. Appreciate you all. Come back. I will have more people on in the next week or two. I took a break for a week or whatever because my back was hurting. So I'll be back.